Hi everybody, so today I'm going to show you how to make this decadent pistachio, raspberry and dark chocolate cake. It's rich, it's moist and it's guaranteed to impress. So to start, we're going to preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 200 if it's a fan oven. Now we're going to grease line our tins, and this is to prevent our cakes from sticking while they bake. What I usually do is I take my baking paper and then I'll draw a circle around the tin so it's perfectly measured. And then I'll use either fry light or margarine to grease the sides of the tin, just so it doesn't stick around the sides. And now our tins are greased, I can pop this to the side and we can get on with the baking. So to start, we're going to take our butter. Any butter will do. I'm actually just using like a margarine spread, just because it's a bit cheaper. Butter can be quite expensive these days. And we're going to take half the tub. Now this is roughly 250 grams. We're going to add our milk and dark chocolate. I usually break this into pieces just so it's a little bit easier when it comes to melting. So now we've got our butter and chocolate. We're going to pop this in the microwave for about 1 to 2 minutes until the butter's melted. Then we'll give it a stir. So for the dry ingredients, we're going to add our flour, caster sugar, baking powder and cocoa powder all to the bowl. Now we've got all of our dry ingredients in the bowl, we're going to add our wet ingredients. So first of all, we're going to add the chocolate and butter. And now it's time to add our beaten eggs into the mixture. And lastly, we're going to add our milk. I'm going to add roughly 300 millilitres of full fat whole milk. So with all of our ingredients in the bowl, we're going to give it a good mix until you get a lovely chocolatey batter type consistency. So it's usually better to use an electric whisk for this. However, I've not got one to hand, so I'm going to give it a good old-fashioned mix myself. So once we have this lovely chocolatey battery type consistency, we're going to pour it into our lined cake tins just like this. Now it's time for half an hour in the oven. So now the cake's cooking, it's time to start on the chocolate ganache. So to a jug, we're going to add 300 millilitres of sour cream and then pop it in the microwave to heat it up for 2 minutes. Once we've heated up the cream, we're going to take it out of the microwave, give it a mix. We want it to be nice and hot because this is going to melt our chocolate. So after 30 minutes, it's time to check our cake. So we've got our cake out of the oven. It definitely seems done. It smells done. However, just to double check, we're going to get a knife, and if you just pop it in the middle and pull it out, if it's clear, that means your cake's done. If there's any cake mixture on there, leave it in for another 5 minutes. So now it's time for the fun part. We're going to ice our cake. We're going to take our ganache now, which will be this lovely, smooth, chocolatey consistency. Super rich, not too runny. But what we're going to do is we're going to take about half of the ganache and pop it onto the cake. Now we've spread that nice and evenly, we can pop our second layer on. Now if you are just doing one layer, skip ahead to the decorating part. We're going to pop the rest of the ganache onto the cake, just like this, and then just give it a swirl at the end. And then when the icing dries, it looks nice and professional. Now to decorate our cake, I've chosen to use pistachios and raspberries. Pistachios are really trendy at the moment, and for good reason, they're lovely. So I'm just going to pop them around the side, like this. And to finish off, I'm just going to add some raspberries. And this is how you make my decadent pistachio and raspberry dark chocolate cake. Enjoy!